What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 1 of our brand new live show, Horror Hounds. So that's right. And if you guys are horror fans, welcome to the show because this is going to be nothing but horror talk. So, yeah. And of course, since we're big horror fans, I had to have a co-host here, my boy, Mike. And also I want to shout out him for this because he pitched me this idea. So, thank you for that, my guy. But how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. Just a long day. So I'm happy to be on here. Just, relax and talk about my favorite genre of movies. So, and media in general. So,
yeah. So, what we're going to do for this episode is talk about like some of our introductions to horror films that maybe scared us, and also talk about our most anticipated films for this year of 2026, our most anticipated horror films, I should say, and our ranking of our 2025 horror films that we saw last year. So, anyways, guys, let's just get right to it. So we're going to start with our introductions to horror. So, like either the first horror films that we ever saw or the films that really got us into loving horror films as much as we do. So, Mike, since you're my co-host, want to start us off?
Sure. So, if I remember right, one of the first ever horror movies I watched was, I believe, It 2017. I could be wrong on that, but that was like the first big horror movie. That and The Shining were like the first two big horror movies, for me at least, that were like, really getting me into the genre. I used to be scared shitless of horror movies until my grandpa sat me down. It's like, you need to conquer your fucking fears, boy. And he showed me It and The Shining, and two of the greatest movies I've ever seen. So there's that. So, I mean, yeah, that's really my introduction to horror. Pretty simple, honestly. But yeah, ever since that wonderful day, I've been a pretty big horror fan and have only gained more fandom for horror movies ever since.
Yeah, those were actually not my introductions to horror films. I mean, The Shining was one of the first ones I had watched, but well, actually, no, that's a lie. I watched that when I was older. I didn't see it until I think during the pandemic when I bought it on VHS. It was back when I started collecting morally just VHS tapes. That was one of them. So the first ones that I watched that got me into horror films were the Friday the 13th movies and the Nightmare on Elm Street films.
See, the Nightmare on Elm Street ones were like one of the last big franchises I got to, because when I was younger, I used to be like deathly afraid of Freddy Krueger to the point where I literally like could not sleep in a room with lights off, like at all.
Right.
No matter what. It was like literally for like years at that point. I was like, I could not, fall asleep right for probably like 6 years. I'm not even kidding. But I finally watched it and I was like, oh, that's not that scary.
I think it's just like if you watched it at like a much younger age, it is scary. But now that you've like grown older, you're like, it really is not that scary. Like, yeah, like it's kind of just the definition of like an 80s slasher.
Yeah, exactly.
With more context like added to it rather than just, a cheap 80s slasher that just really has nothing going for it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the thing that when I first watched it, I didn't really care for it as much as I do now. Probably because my fear for it was like hyping it up, and I was just like, well, yeah, maybe that wasn't as good as people are saying, and it wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. And now that I've seen it probably like 5 times, I can say it's like one of my favorites. So,
yeah. But I see we got a couple commenters in here. We got Ethan here saying, let's get this show on the road. Yes, sir.
Damn
and
right.
Laren What's up, Laren? Says, howdy, Hounds. Happy New Year, Mike and Luke. Well, Happy New Year to you too, good sir. And thank you for stopping by.
Happy New Year.
We're trying to say that in like your Freddy voice or something? Like, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bitch.
But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Time, bitch. Happy New Year, bitch.
And also our good buddy Noah Kaser. What's up, Noah? How's it going, bro? How's it going,
up, man? The guy who made our intro and our thumbnails. So
yes, credit to Noah. Shout out to you, man. So, for me, like I said, the ones that I first watched that got me into horror was Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. I think with Nightmare on Elm Street, just the creative concept of Freddy Krueger, basically, like if you fall asleep, he'll come into your dream. And if he kills you in your dream, you die in real life. Like such that creative concept. And plus, I never knew for a long time that was actually Johnny Depp's very first movie. Like, it's crazy. But also, View of Drew, what's going on, man? It says, I like that intro. Whoever made it did a good job. Yep.
And then I have it linked to both of my channels. By the way, if you're watching this, I'm streaming this on, well, we're not just streaming it on Luke's channel. I'm streaming it on my channel and also my second channel, which I'm hoping to put more content on in 2026. Fingers crossed. So it's on there. It says Midnight Mike 666. Look that up on YouTube.
Yep. So yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed to his horror channel, go subscribe to that as well.
Please.
Well, I mean, it's just the franchises in general of Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street that were like my big gateways into horror.
Yeah.
Like that was the franchise that got me started with horror films. Ignore that noise. That was my phone.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like someone going on outside my house. I was like, what the?
Yeah, welcome to the horror show.
Horror movies. Yeah. Coincidentally, we're talking about horror movies, and I hear.
Sorry about that. That was my phone. but yeah, those are my big gateways into horror. Same thing with Halloween. That was one of my big gateways into horror. Mainly the first two movies. Those were my big gateways. It was at that point where I never liked 3 because of the fact that it didn't have Michael Myers in it.
You dirty bastard, you.
But after that watch along I did a few years ago with Alex and also my good buddy Ben Buster, which if you haven't subscribed to his channel, go subscribe. After that watch along, I grew some more appreciation for the film. Just when you're younger and you watch the Michael Myers movies and you're like, you go to Halloween 3, you're like, oh, this doesn't have Michael Myers in it. Like I was one of those people.
I was too, to be honest.
But after that recent rewatch, I was like, this ain't so bad. This ain't so bad.
Nah. Also, thank you, Laren. Thank you, you the GOAT.
Yeah. Good man, Laren.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, Halloween 3, I've definitely, grown to appreciate over time. And I will say too, I did, one of the first horror franchises I also started watching was Halloween. That was like probably the first big franchise, and then followed that up with The Purge. Funny enough, that's kind of why I love The Purge Anarchy so much, is because like that was one of the first horror movies that I like ever really saw. So yeah, I think that and also election year. I know you don't like election year, but I think it's kind of fun, and I also have some nostalgia for it because it's
it's like
one of my first horror movies.
It's one of those cases like I know you absolutely hate the original Friday the 13th, but for me, I have nostalgia towards it because it was one of the first like big gateways for me into horror films.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking like films that are not necessarily horror, but I guess horror in a sense, but more family friendly, the first one I technically ever watched was Monster House.
Yeah,
that technically was the first one I watched. And if we want to go just right away into our next topic and talk about horror films that scared us, that was a movie that did scare me as a kid because of Mr. Nevercracker himself, voiced by Steve Buscemi. Get away from my house! Like he scared the shit out of me. Like
That fucking the mocap on him is so fucking like it's
so creepy.
unsettling. It's unsettling. Like, how the hell do you get a mocap character to look that like scrawny and fucking nasty? Like, ugh.
Well, it's even just also like the backstory, like about his wife and how like the house came about. Like that also terrified me.
Well, and also just the concept of like a house being alive and like having the heart in the basement and shit like that. It's just like it's so creepy to think about. Now I want to fucking watch that movie.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like, like that's definitely a good
Movie's
one to
so
watch around
fun.
Halloween time for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the perfect movie to watch around Halloween.
Yeah, that was definitely like one of my first like horror adjacent, like family friendly ones that I've watched too. I think I watched that for the first time when I was like 4 or something like that.
I was 3 when that movie came out, and I watched it then.
Wow. Yeah.
And dude, that again, it scared me. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Trying to think.
I pointed out
when
plenty
I,
of other ones that have scared me, but I'll go into another one that was also another gateway into horror was The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
But that's also plays into this category of horror movies that scared us. That movie freaking traumatized me.
Yeah.
It's
I will say, one of my big introductions into horror that isn't a movie was the Goosebumps books. I used to read those fucking
I'll put this banner back up then.
all the fucking time, dude. Like Night of the Living Dummy 1 and 2 of like the best like gateway horror books ever.
Yeah, like that was
go
another franchise I got into when I was younger was the Goosebumps series. Like I even remember reading a lot of the books, like The Haunted Mask, A Night in Terror Tower.
Haunted Mask is actually kind of horrifying. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it really is.
That should actually kind of scare the shit out of me.
I'm trying to think of another one. Say Cheese and Die. That's a great book.
See, I was really I really liked Monster Blood, the first one. I think that was like book 3 or something like that. That was a really fun one.
I think this one was book 2, if I'm not mistaken. It was Stay Out of the Basement.
Oh, yeah, that one was pretty good.
That was a good one. Like you said, Night of the Living Dummy was really good. Another one that I really liked was The Beast from the East.
Oh,
it's a really solid one. Like one of the more underrated Goosebumps books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but there's like a lot of Goosebumps books that we could name that they also bring up in the Goosebumps movie, which, by the way, is underrated in my opinion. I don't think enough people really talk about that one.
I was gonna add that one too. That was kind of like one of my gateway horror movies as well, if you can call it that.
It technically is a horror film, like if you really think about like the characters that R.L. Stine created, like like Slappy, the Abominable Snowman, which is literally like another version of Bigfoot in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? The Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the werewolf of Fever Swamp or something?
Yeah, werewolf of Fever Swamp. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of great Goosebumps books. Like, if you guys have read any of the Goosebumps books, which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
But also, another one you pointed out was The Purge. You were right. I don't really like election year all that much.
Mm-hmm.
But Anarchy has always been my favorite. Like, I think it's the best one, like by a landslide.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Let's see. Let's look at the comments here.
Let's see. Need to see. Let's go to Hunter. Watch the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes, and it was okay. It's not very good, but hey, if you guys get some enjoyment out of it, that's totally cool. It's just not for me. What are your thoughts on these modern movies, Dracula Untold and I, Frankenstein? I don't hate Dracula Untold, and I haven't seen I, Frankenstein, but I hear it's absolutely awful. Dracula Untold is fine. I think Luke Evans is really solid in the movie. I, Frankenstein is terrible, but it's fun bad.
I haven't seen either one, so...
Yeah, like I said, Dracula Untold is okay, but I, Frankenstein is fun bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, it is a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first movies that introduced me to horror was House on Haunted Hill, starring Vincent Price. I haven't seen that version. I've seen the one with what's his name, Ty Diggs, if I'm not mistaken. It's also the one with I think also Ali Larder and Chris Kattan.
Yeah, the 2000s one. Yeah,
the late 90s version.
Oh yeah, the late 90s. Yeah, and then they
got really silly towards the end because of the fact that they have like a whole CGI cloud chasing the main characters. Like it's really stupid.
Yeah, and they had like that one had a sequel, right?
I think it was Return to House on Haunted Hill. If that's what you're thinking of,
pretty bad. Yeah.
I don't know why I bought that on Blu-ray, so I just got rid of it. I'm not even gonna bother watching it. Like I bought it there because it was at Dollar General and it was like extremely cheap.
Yeah.
So, but then I was like, why do I own this?
Am I ever gonna watch this? No.
Yeah, that was like, this might be a little bit off topic, but I'll just go ahead and just preface this. Since Horror Pack was canceled, like if you guys don't know, I was subscribed to Horror Pack for a little while. The service was shut down.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
I just went through my collection of a lot of the movies that I got from Horror Pack, and I was like, which ones am I going to watch? Not a lot of them. So I just went through the ones I didn't want anymore. So
I would honestly have held on to the Horror Pack exclusives because those would have like surged in price with the shutdown.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm keeping a few of them, at least for what I have on the shelf. Like I've got like 9 Windows, The Bench, and then the Cruel Summer trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Like at least I'm keeping those for right now, but I don't know. We'll see. Do you think that Sinners will be a horror film that will age well over time? Of course.
Oh, absolutely. And also the Del Toro Frankenstein. Yeah, both of those.
Of course, yeah. And we're gonna talk about both of those in the horror ranking.
Yep.
But other introductions to horror, there's not really much else I can really think of besides the 3 I mentioned.
Yeah. No, like I said, The Shining, Stephen King movies in general were like a huge
Stephen King, yeah, those are
the horror. Goosebumps was a good introduction for me as well for just horror media in general. That's really about it. Yeah.
But before we get into the next topic, like what do you think was the film that made you just absolutely just fall in love with horror films?
Oh, It.
Okay.
2017. Yeah. That one,
like that's one of them for me for sure.
Well. Yeah. That was one where it's like, you actually fall in love with these characters. You want to see them succeed. And it's like they all have their moment to shine. Like even in It Chapter 2, that's a good part of why I kind of love that movie. Got its flaws for sure, but it's special to me because that was like one of the first like big like sweeping epic kind of horror movies that I ever saw. Right?
Yeah.
And it's, telling the story of these kids. They grew up and are coming back to fight the evil again. I love that kind of story. And it's like, that's kind of just like a really good example. Over time, it's not aged the best, but yeah.
Right. So, but for me, I think the film that honestly made me fall in love with horror films is actually one of the films in the background here. It's John Carpenter's The Thing.
Hell yeah.
I think it's mainly because of the fact that it's such a self-contained story, just set primarily in one location. And it leaves a lot of questions in your head. It's extremely thought-provoking.
Yeah.
And the thing that's just so crazy about it is that when it came out, it bombed horribly and was bashed by critics.
But now it's got the craziest like resurgence with cult horror.
I think The Thing is the movie that has had like the biggest like cultural resurgence. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like not just in horror films, but just in general.
Yeah.
So, and I remember watching it for the first time back in, I think, 2018 when I bought it on VHS. It's such a great film. Like, just,
I want to say I watched it during the pandemic for the first time. I want to say,
There was a lot of films I watched during the pandemic for the very first time. Like there was a lot of
Oh,
them.
same here. Yeah, same here.
Um,
I remember
But-
Hulu and Disney Plus were like my best friends, so I ended up watching like all the
Hulu was
X-Men
my
movies
best
for the
friend. That's
first
for
time.
a while though, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I remember for a while they had Baby Driver on Hulu as well, and I watched that movie fucking constantly. Loved
Yeah.
that movie. Still
Or
do.
another one I can throw in there, even though it's not technically a horror film, it's a horror comedy. This is one that I watched on repeat growing up. I remember like when I was sick from school, it was recorded on IFC, like when I had Dish at the time.
Mhm.
I would watch this on repeat, which is Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen that movie dozens of times. Like I would just
Yeah.
watch that movie on repeat. Like even a day I was sick from school, like that'd be one I would pop on.
Dude, that's actually a funny story. I remember I actually have a really funny story with that movie in general though. So I remember the first time I watched that one, it was during the pandemic as well. And it was during the time where it was like half and half where some people would go to school like Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday would be full virtual, and then Thursday, Friday, the other half would go into school. So on the days that I actually had off, at least, still had to do, Google Meets and whatnot. But
Right.
like, when I was off doing the Google Meets, I was just watching a shit ton of movies. And Shaun of the Dead was one of them that I watched for the first time. I remember at one point, I was sitting down watching it in my living room, and I remember just like sitting there, and I hear like a creaking noise, and I don't know what the hell's going on, right? And
Oh no.
I look around the corner, it's like, someone there? And no one's there. No one's there. My dog's not there. My cat's not there. And for whatever reason, it didn't have light switches going into my basement, and that's where I thought the sound was coming from, right? We didn't have light switches. We had like this button that would turn on all the lights, and it would make this really loud clicking sound whenever you would hit it. And I heard that noise. I was like, what the fuck? I look over, nothing there. Could have sworn I heard something go down the stairs. Could have sworn I heard something like open the door slightly. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was actually terrified.
But when you look back on it now, it's a funny story. Like,
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny, but still, it's like if you heard all that shit, it's like, what
you'd be like,
oh no.
fuck.
Yeah. Especially the new house I'm at right now. It's a lot smaller than my old house. So
Right.
well, at least now I have this bad boy.
Of course, I had to bring that one up again.
Yeah.
But how about this? One last question before we go into our last or not last next topic. Jeez, if I can talk. What was the first horror film that you saw in theaters?
The first one I saw in theaters.
Because I'm gonna go to my letterbox right now to find my answer. Okay, I got my answer.
This is gonna be a little sad. I wish I could have seen more horror movies before this one, but I'm pretty sure the first technical horror movie I ever saw in theaters was Quiet Place Part 2.
That's actually my same answer. I'm not joking.
Holy
you.
shit!
I'm not joking you.
Wow.
Like I'm dude, no joke. That's the first one I saw, and I saw that one a few weeks late because
Goddamn.
by the time it came out, I graduated high school, and then the
Mhm.
next week went and saw Cruella. 2 weeks later, went and saw Quiet Place 2 because it was still playing in theaters.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
there you go. Let's hit a few comments and then we will move on to the next topic. Do you think Late Night with the Devil will be one of those underrated movies that will gain a cult following and age well?
It already is kind of hitting that cult status a little bit. So I would say so.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna age well outside of the AI shit, but it's literally like blinking you'll miss it shit that's AI. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like my only little gripe with the movie is the AI images, but that's literally it.
Yeah.
Original Nightmare on Elm Street made me fall in love with horror. Hell yeah. Adam, my dude. What's going on, man?
Was good.
By the way, I'm finally taking another crack at writing a horror screenplay thanks to my group home that gave me a horror screenwriting book for Christmas. Very cool, dude.
Nice.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Hey, what's up, Michael? My Movie Fanatics co-host. What's up, dude?
Good.
Says the first horror movie I ever saw in theaters was Woman in Black. Very nice.
Nice.
Wow, I was expecting I was expecting a few horror movies years back. I don't know. Like, what exactly do you mean by that, Michael? Huh? Like, expand on that. But yeah, now we're gonna go into the horror films that scared us. So Mike, you want to take it away?
A little bit. Yeah, we already kind of talked a little bit about stuff that scared us, but like, you know, getting into horror when we were younger, we said Monster House. For me personally, the one movie, well, okay, I can't say, you know, first thing was a movie that terrified me, but seeing like still images and clips of Nightmare on Elm Street scared the ever living shit out of me when I was younger, and that's why I was scared of Freddy Krueger. Like that was why I was terrified of him. Like, ooh, yeah. Michael, I'm also only 18, so when that came out, I was 13. I was 13. And well, yeah, no, and also Luke had the same answer, and he's older than me, so
right. So what the hell?
Yeah. So yeah, the first like horror character that really scared me was Freddy Krueger. I didn't really care that much about Michael Myers because I didn't know the context of him, and honestly, of the big three, you know, Michael, Jason, Freddy, I think honestly Michael might be the scariest of the bunch. And I thought he was like, you know, it's just the guy with a white mask. It's fine. No,
yep.
That man is literally devil's incarnate. But yeah, so Freddy used to scare the shit out of me when I was younger. The first movie that genuinely scared the shit out of me when I first watched it, I've told Luke this one multiple times, but Sinister, which, you know, rest in peace, James Ransone. Love that guy. Directed by Scott Derrickson. Great movie. Fantastic movie. I've shown it to so many people at this point. Oh, man. That used to scare the fuck out of me, dude. I don't even know what to say. Because, like, Bagul, his whole face looking like the fucking Slipknot character. When I first heard about Slipknot and I saw that mask, I was like, what the fuck? It's like I swear this dude was like, it was like the pictures in the movie where he's everywhere in the pictures and is like, is he just looking at me through the fucking Slipknot album? No, what the fuck? I swear that is exactly
that is a good analogy though. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
But yeah, no, that movie used to scare the shit out of me, and you know, over time, it's not as scary anymore. I do have one story, though, that I would like to tell about Sinister as well. So,
all right.
One night, I'm over at my friend's house, okay? And he has a dog. It's like a half inside, half outside dog. And it was probably around October. And we're sitting there, and we're bored, and it's like, hey, you want to watch Sinister? And this is probably like my second time seeing this movie at this point, right? I was like, fuck it. Yeah, why not? Why not? We start watching it. We get like halfway through, and I believe it was the what scene was it that we got to? It was the scene where he like goes outside and he sees the dog, and then behind him is the ghosts of the kids.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we just hear with like
oh no
barking. It's like, what the fuck? We pause the movie, go upstairs, bring the dog in, and then she's like shaking. The dog is like visibly shaking. It wasn't even like that cold out or anything like that. Like she was like scared of something that was outside. Like,
oh no. Dude.
So then we hear a loud ass crash coming from his garage. And let me just tell you right now, we're home alone.
Oh shit.
And his little brother. So We're sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Check the garage, nothing's in there. Thank God. We go back downstairs, turn on all the lights, and then turn off the movie. It's like, fuck this. What? I'm
Dude,
not
that's fucking crazy, man.
But yeah, no, that was the funniest. Like, well, funny looking back on it now, but like scary as shit.
Like
For,
scary as
like-
shit in the moment. Like,
Yeah, scary as shit for like a 14-year-old kid.
that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, and then the other movie that's like really scared me is Lake Mungo. I mean, we've talked about this one like ad nauseum at this point, but if you're new here, Lake Mungo, fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it and let us know what you think, because it's awesome. And there's a scene in it, probably like the greatest, well, one of the greatest jump scares of all time is in that movie. And I'm not going to give any context. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Great shit. You get to the jump scare, and the face that is there, like there's this like face of a character that's in the movie, and it's like all twisted and contorted and shit. And her mouth is like hanging open, and it's like rotting, like her face is rotting.
Oh, dude, yeah,
It's
but like you just bringing that up, just put that image in my head.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
yeah. No, I could not sleep for a week after seeing that.
Dude,
Like,
I don't blame you.
I couldn't sleep for a week, and that was like in 2023. So I was like, at that point, I was like 16. I was like, that genuinely terrified me. I don't know why. It's just
Dude,
like,
yeah.
the image, the sound, the context. It's like,
Fuck.
I don't want to see my dead self. Like that's what it is. I don't want to see my dead self out in the wilderness. That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
That's why
So,
I'm never going to the outback.
but you brought up some really good ones. Lake Mungo is really scary. Like I watched it for the first time. I can't even remember, honestly. It was years ago. But yeah, that one did scare me for sure. Like I've said Monster House, I've said The Exorcist, those scared me. One that scared me, that I couldn't even go to sleep for a whole night because of the fact that I was so fucking terrified watching it, was Hereditary.
Oh yeah.
I've said this before. The very first time I watched Hereditary, I didn't sleep for a night because I was so freaked out by that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just the family drama that goes on in that film, and also the beheading scene. Just fucking, oh my god, like it freaked me out.
I know
exactly. And you see, like, that's the stuff that I want. That I want Ari Aster to go back and do. Like, is this kind of horror, like freaky on that level?
Oh yeah.
So, but we got some comments here. I'll go over these really quick. Horror films that scared me was It Chapter 1, The Exorcist, The Mist, Don't Breathe, Autopsy of Jane Doe, Nosferatu, the black and white version, or the 1922 film, and Sinister.
Hey, Sinister.
Some other ones that Hunter says: Blair Witch Project, Us, You Should Have Left, Saw, Hereditary, and The Thing. I would say
Blair
Saw
Witch
to an
Project.
extent because of Billy. Like, Billy used to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, I was never really like scared of like Saw or anything like that. The concept of Us, honestly, pretty horrifying. I'm not gonna lie there.
But it's just the movie itself, like, with what they try to do, kind of goes off the rails with the logic that the film tries to do. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
it just comes up with some really bullshit logic that you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm following here.
Yeah. The amount of like plot holes and conveniences in the end is like,
Yeah, that one just, yeah, You Should Have Left. I
Yeah.
haven't seen. But the Blair Witch
Yeah.
Project is another one that kind of scared me when I was younger.
See, I when I first watched it, I thought it was just some bullshit. Like, what the fuck am I watching? This is horrible. And then I watched it like 2 years ago now at this point. I was like, oh, damn. Why is this actually really solid? Kept rewatching it. And the more and more I delved into it, the more and more terrified I was by it. Like, I literally have a spec script somewhere of a video actually that I was going to make for the horror channel. It was like a video essay that I was going to make covering the history of the Blair Witch, and the shit in that I uncovered is some fucking disgusting, gnarly shit. Not real, obviously, it's all made up, but like the fact that someone has made this lore for, what is it now, 3 movies, a game.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there was like a trilogy of like computer games that came out back in the day, so that kind of like covered some of the lore. But the amount of lore made for a trilogy of movies, initially it was just a scrappy found footage movie made for like less than $15,000. The fact that you made all that lore, that's fucking wild.
That is wild. Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. But let's see. Us, I didn't really find scary. Again, the concept, like you said, Mike, is horrifying, but it's just the movie itself. I didn't really think that was all that scary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was actually another one that scared me as a kid, just from the cover, and also the ghosts is 13 Ghosts.
Yeah. No, some of the designs in that movie are
like some of the designs of the ghosts freaked me out as a kid. But now that I'm older and I rewatch 13 Ghosts, it's a lot more fun than it is scary. I still need to get it, dude.
Man, now you're making me want to rewatch it.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Luke. Thank you for making Luke remember that.
What part of the American Werewolf in London transformation do you think looked the most painful? David's hands and feet stretching his spine from his back, or his face becoming a snout? Yeah, this face.
The mouth, yeah. The fucking enlarging shit.
Dude.
Nasty.
Yeah.
You know what?
Another one that Hunter brings up is the original Amityville Horror. It's a good one.
That one didn't really scare me, but I also only watched it for the first time last year, I want to say.
I don't remember watching the original Amityville Horror. I have seen the remake with Ryan Reynolds, and I actually think that's a very good movie.
That one's pretty solid too, yeah.
I like consider The Frighteners a horror movie. It's more of a horror comedy in a way, because like it's not a scary movie, but it's really funny.
Yeah. And also, if you watch it nowadays, it's extra funny because the CGI in it is horrible, but
I mean, another one that kind of creeped me out because of the gore was Day of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
It's the scene when Captain Rhodes gets ripped in half by the zombies.
Yeah. What's the one zombie that they're testing?
His name is Bub.
Oh, Bub. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember.
I thought that, dude, that was really unique for a zombie movie. Like basically having a zombie as a test experiment.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah. Like, and basically how they have him remembering some of the stuff from his living years, like how to use like a gun, how to read a book, how to use a telephone.
Yeah.
Like really creative stuff that George A. Romero was doing back then.
Bub and Tarman are the best on-screen zombies.
Dude, I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the black and white Night of the Living Dead? It's a classic.
Great movie. Great movie.
I really don't know what else to say. It's the first like big foray into zombie movies.
Yeah.
But I think the first zombie film, if I'm not mistaken, I could be very wrong, was called White Zombie from 1932.
Might be, yeah. Something like that.
Which I did watch. I actually watched that during the pandemic. That's a really solid movie.
Nice. I think I actually...
But it was definitely for its time. So... But we know but we talked about our favorite zombie movie, and we both have the same answer. It is 28 Days Later.
We just did a watch along for it, yeah.
And stay tuned on Sunday. We're doing a watch along for 28 Weeks Later.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm really excited about. And we've talked about like our favorite subgenres of horror, like vampires, zombies. But one of my favorite subgenres that I don't really feel like that I actually feel like is brought up a lot more nowadays is psychological horror.
Oh yeah, psych horror is probably the scariest of the bunch. I mean, like even just like the normal like subgenre horror, like just like regular horror in general, delves into psych horror and whatnot nowadays, especially like vampire movies, and I mean a lot of times too, like alien movies even kind of delve into
Yeah,
more. It's like The Thing. That's kind of like a psychological horror in the sense of like you don't know who's who, you don't know if this guy's the alien or not.
right.
Like I love that shit. So
Yeah,
we already talked about The Shining a little bit, but
Hunter says, "Hell, I adored the remake of Night of the Living Dead with Tony Todd. Rest in peace." I think I've seen the remake, but again, I don't remember much about it.
it's fun. It's fun.
Long Legs and Get Out made my skin crawl. Long Legs, I wouldn't really say is like scary. It scared me when I watched it in theaters, but when I watch it more, it's just more disturbing than it is scary.
Yeah, I agree. The gore in Long Legs is what is just like, ugh.
Yeah, like I've told this story before, but I took my mom to go see Long Legs, and at the scene like when Long Legs is bashing his head against the table during the interrogation scene, my mom literally had to cover her eyes during that scene, and I'm like,
No,
I do not blame you.
my mom was freaked out by the opening scene with the dude getting shot in the face, or the second opening scene. Like she was freaked out by that. Like she had a blanket with her and she was like hiding her. I swear, like she had like literally the entire time she looked like a ghost and put it over her head. And every time they played music, she was like, "Is it over yet?"
That's funny. But like you said, like with something like with what they do with like vampire films into psychological horror, I could say Nosferatu, it kind of fits into that subgenre in a way.
For sure, yeah.
Because like if you think about with like Lily Rose Depp's character of Ellen, like she's traumatized because of Count Orlok.
Oh yeah.
Because he took her as his lover and she tried to break free of it for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What would be your Mount Rushmore for horror movies? Hellraiser, The Thing, Nosferatu. Wait, no. Hellraiser, 28 Days Later, The Thing. No. I keep messing up the order. Jesus Christ. Hellraiser, 28 Days Later, Nosferatu, The Thing.
I would say American Psycho, The Thing. See, I think going off of quality alone, I would say those two. I would say 28 Days Later as like a favorite of mine, but I wouldn't say it as like,
But the question is like, what is like your Mount Rushmore of horror films like to you?
Right.
So it doesn't even have to be like just on a quality standpoint. It's just personal preference.
Okay. Well, if you consider it a horror movie, Donnie Darko would be on there.
And it's horror adjacent, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I would say The Thing, American Psycho, Scream, and let's say American Werewolf in London. Fuck it.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys is a good one.
Trying to make Cody Leach proud. Putting The Thing and The Lost Boys on there.
There you go. But, like, what were some of your guys' horror films that scared you? Let us know in the comments below, because we would love to hear your answers. So let's just go into our most anticipated horror films of 2026. We have talked about our most anticipated films a lot as of recently, but let's talk about our most anticipated horror films this go around. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one off with Iron Lung, which comes out at the end of January. This is Markiplier's film. Yeah, I mean, it's Markiplier. I mean, I love the guy. and I want to see what he can do as a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was the same thing with Chris Stuckman with what he did with Shelby Oaks.
Right. So one that I'm looking forward to that I'm a little nervous about because there's been some early reviews come out for it and they're just saying it's super derivative. It's a movie called Whistle. It's got Daphne Keane in it, and it's about these kids that get their hand on an Aztec death whistle that's actually cursed and kills people every time they whistle through it. And I think it sounds cool.
It's a cool concept.
Cool.
Like,
yeah, the trailer was pretty cool.
But I have heard it's kind of like Wish Upon and Tarot in a way where it's like they touch upon something that is cursed and then they get the curse and they have to find a way to break away from it.
Yeah. I heard that there's like an all-time kill in that one though. So
who knows?
Yeah.
All right, let me get back to my Letterboxd. The next one I'm going to throw in is The Bride, Maggie Gyllenhaal's film with Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah.
I know we just had Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, but I want to see Maggie Gyllenhaal's version of The Bride of Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm. I know Luke is adding in a lot of movies. I would add a lot of these in too, personally, but I'm going to let him talk about the ones that, you know, we would both talk about. And I'm just going to bring up a bunch of like, you know, underrated gems. It looks like
ones that might be like the hidden gem movies of 2026.
Yeah. The next one that really caught my eye, someone that I follow on Letterboxd already gave it 5 stars. It's called Undertone, and people are saying it's like one of those scariest fucking movies they've ever seen.
That's the new A24 film, right?
Yeah, I think I sent a poster for that one in our group chat earlier. Looks.
Just that poster, like with the kind of the symbolism in a way with what they're going for, like that's really cool.
Yeah. And then the tagline is "Be afraid of the silence."
That actually sounds really creepy.
Yeah.
But I want to read Hunter's comment really quick. His Mount Rushmore horror films would be House on Haunted Hill, Sinners, The Lost Boys, and Jekyll and Hyde. Very cool. Nice. Those are some good ones. Nice. Next one I'm going to throw in is Werewolf. And you guys know me. I'm a big Robert Eggers fan. Nosferatu. I mean, every single one of his films I absolutely love. So I have no doubt with Werewolf. And we got Aaron Taylor Johnson coming back from Nosferatu to Werewolf.
A lot of his like vets are in that one. I know Willem Dafoe's in there. I don't remember.
Let me see who else is in there. Lily Rose Depp, who's coming back also from Nosferatu.
Yeah, I think Anya Taylor-Joy was as well.
I don't know. She's not in the cast list.
Yeah, maybe not.
What's up, Old Restless? What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
But yeah, Werewolf. Yeah, that's got to be on there if you're a horror fan.
Yeah, we were just talking about Tarman from Return of the Living Dead. They're coming out with a new one. I'm looking forward to it.
Of course,
yeah.
I mean, Return of the Living Dead, the original, is a classic. It's one of the best zombie movies that has still stood the test of time.
Yeah, the guy who made it doesn't have a great track record, but
wait, what else has he made?
He's made a movie called Kill Her Goats, a movie called Muck, and a movie called Fog City, which I've heard is semi-decent.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
I haven't either, but I've heard they're meh to horrible. So
yeah, but who knows?
Yeah.
The next one I'm gonna throw in there is Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
I love Lee Cronin and what he did with Evil Dead Rise, so I have all the faith in the world with him. Like with whatever project he's attached to, I'm gonna be there day one.
Oh yeah. Next one that really caught my eye is David Lowery. I believe this is a horror movie. Oh yeah, Mother Mary. This one looked pretty cool. So
I mean, David Lowery is a very talented director.
Yeah. I was gonna say Remain, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, but it's not horror.
It's not really horror, but I mean, you could consider it horror adjacent because whenever you have M. Night Shyamalan's name, it could be like a horror adjacent movie in a way.
Yeah. Psycho Killer.
That's the one that's from the producers of Barbarian and Weapons, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I was about to say, because that name does sound familiar. It's coming out in February, right?
Yeah.
Um,
it's got a good cast. Georgina Campbell's in it from Barbarian. Malcolm McDowell's in it.
And next
Also,
one.
I swear to God, if they don't play the Talking Heads song in it, I'm gonna actually crash out.
Like that. Okay, like that's the one thing they should actually play that. If they don't play it in the movie, play it at the end credits.
Please.
Like, please do so. Next one I'm throwing in is, of course, Evil Dead Burn. It's like, since we were talking about, Lee Cronin, this one is from the guy that directed Infested, which was a really good spider movie.
Yeah.
And Evil Dead Rise was fantastic. So,
oh yeah, this one's about to come out. Primate. We don't really need to talk.
Yeah,
about
I mean that was one of them on my most anticipated list. It's pretty high on the list.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna be seeing it this weekend, and I'm gonna just go ahead and promote it straight off. Next Wednesday is going to be a spoiler talk for Primate, and we're gonna try to get some guests on to talk about it.
Oh yeah. Jordan Peele's got his next movie coming out this year. So, or apparently it's coming out
but
allegedly.
I think Jordan Peele is. I think I read somewhere, it was a couple years ago, that Jordan Peele is trying to keep his next film like a secret until it actually does come out.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's like true or not, but we'll see. I guess this could be kind of a horror film, but it's kind of a more let me look at the genres that it says. Yeah, it's more of like a thriller, but I looked under the Letterboxd genres and it says horror. Send help. I'm big Sam Raimi fan, and anything he's doing, come on, take a pot.
Absolutely. Next one I really wanted to talk about is The Backrooms. This is from a guy named Kane Parsons, who made a short film in like 2023, I believe, that was about like a creepypasta that he just basically like he found like an old factory and it looked like the back rooms that were described in this creepypasta. Filmed a short film, made a whole series out of them, and A24 contacted him and said, "Hey, we're gonna give you like $5 million. Make this movie for us." So he's making like a feature-length movie. He's got Chiwetel Ejiofor, Renate Rensve, Mark Duplass, like a really good cast already.
Yeah,
pretty good. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Talked about The Bride. Oh, Flowervale Street as well.
Yep, David Robert Mitchell. And it's supposedly a dinosaur movie. Fuck yes. Please and thank you. Of course, because we're both fans, I have to throw this one in there. Terrifier 4. It's supposedly coming out this year. We just haven't really heard much. Yeah. But if it does end up coming out this year, I'm there. Loved Terrifier 3. So anything Terrifier, I'm in.
Amen. Return to Silent Hill. It's coming out this month.
Yep.
We're going to be trying to talk about that, and I think in one of our
episodes upcoming. Just depends if I get a chance to see it. But if I don't, then we won't talk about it. But you can bring it up in like a quick spoiler-free little review.
Yeah. And I will say the reason I'm really looking forward to it, though, is because I just played Silent Hill 2 not too long ago for the first time. And it's a direct adaptation of that game. And I fucking love that game. So,
yeah.
It's going to be some good shit.
Also, Old Restless says Hope Primate is good.
Fingers
I'm
crossed.
pretty confident it's going to be good because it's got a lot of good reviews, especially from Fantastic Fest. I'm excited.
Also, Scary Movie 6.
Scary Movie 6, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Wayans brothers returning. Come on.
Gina Hall, Anna Faris. Yeah. Ton of great.
But
and they got fucking Dave Sheridan for Doofy in there. I forgot about that.
There you go. But the next one we have to throw in there is another one that premiered at Fantastic Fest. Is Obsession, Curry Barker's feature debut. If you guys don't know who Curry Barker is, he was a YouTuber that did a lot of comedy skits, but also did his short film Milk and Cereal. That's Cereal, Serial. Just so that way people don't get that confused. He did that short film on YouTube a couple years ago, and he's finally coming out with his feature debut that was picked up by Focus Features and Blumhouse.
Because it received like out of the gate amazing reviews, and like I think within like literally a day of the premiere of at Fantastic Fest, it was picked up by Focus. Like it was that good.
Yeah, and I've heard it's freaking terrifying with the directions that they take the film. I'm like, I'm there. Come on.
And also Milk and Cereal, great movie, honestly.
I still have not watched that short yet. I mean, I definitely do need to watch it before Obsession comes out. And plus the premise alone of Obsession sounds so creepy.
Yeah.
It sounds really up my alley.
Yeah. Let's see. Hokum. This one is from Damian McCarthy, who made Oddity from 2024. And
that's a great film right there.
Yeah, it is a great movie. And also they dropped the teaser for Hokum in front of Keeper in theaters. Looks horrifying. Like there's a jump scare in it that genuinely really got me. And it's like, that was some really creepy shit. I'm sold.
Yeah. But before we get to our most anticipated, I think you and I have the same most anticipated horror film, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll get there in a second. One that we're not looking forward to is The Strangers Chapter 3. Hell no.
I know.
Oh wait, no, that's right. I forgot. You don't have the same one as me. I thought you did, but I forgot. Scream 7, I'm not really looking forward to. I mean, I'll see it because it's Scream, but that trailer, I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Insidious 6 is apparently coming out this year too.
I really don't give a fuck. I hated the last one, so I really don't care.
Yeah.
Trying to see what else is coming out.
Resident Evil, Zach Kreger.
Yep. Zach Kreger's Resident Evil, of course.
Yep. That's really all I see. At least for my list. I don't know.
Yeah, but my most anticipated horror film of the year literally comes out next week. Is 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. The 28 Years Later took a lot, or not took a lot, took a couple of rewatches to really appreciate and understand the directions they were taking the film. And especially with what they're setting up in The Bone Temple with Ray Fiennes' character and also Jack O'Connell's character and his group of buddies as a cult is like, I'm sold. And first reactions have been extremely positive for the movie. I'm there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My most anticipated, this is going to sound a little wacky. Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist. All right. Hear me out. Yes, Exorcist believer, not a good movie. I'm fully with you there. The original shouldn't have been touched outside of Exorcist 3. That's a great movie.
Of course.
But it's Mike Flanagan, the guy who made The Haunting of Hill House, which I actually just watched for the first time last year. Fucking
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, Hush, Life of Chuck from last year, and
Oculus
2024. Oculus is great. Ton of great TV shows in general. I mean, Follow the House of Usher, Midnight Mass, Haunting of Bly Manor, Ouija Origin of Evil, which is actually a really solid,
shockingly really solid. Like,
yeah,
I thought it was going, like, I think you and I could honestly say this, like, in the same ballpark. We expected to just trash on that movie.
Yeah,
because it's a prequel to a shitty movie that came out like 2 years prior to Origin of Evil.
Yeah,
but Mike Flanagan just knows how to make a good horror film. Like, the guy never misses.
That is correct.
So, but yeah, that would be an honorable mention for me. Would be Mike Flanagan's Exorcist movie for sure. Because I mean, you take Mike Flanagan and you make an Exorcist movie with the guy, ticket bought.
Yeah. Amen.
So, hold on. Oh.
Huh?
had a freaking troll in the comments here.
Yeah, no, I see it.
But I can't remove it because it's from your channel.
Oh, okay, there we go.
There we go.
I got it. No, this is funny.
I don't know, but I'm just sick of the troll comments.
I am too, but that was just funny the way that it was.
I don't know. I was like,
hey, buddy, I wasn't alive in 2005.
Like, this is when I saw the comment. I was like, huh? Like, I just had that like dirty look on my face.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that because we'll be here for days if we talk about troll
Oh, yeah.
comments.
Yeah.
But let's get into the 2025 horror films ranked. So we're going to go on both of our letterboxd lists and talk about our ranking of course, the horror films that we saw in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I saw 56 horror films. And how many did you see?
I saw 62.
Wait, I need to double check and make sure I'm still correct on it because, yeah, 56. I said 56.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to pull it up here. So
Okay.
we're going to do Mike's list first.
Yeah.
So, Mike, go ahead and take it away. Actually, let's just start off with Strangers Chapter 2 really quick because that's both of our least favorites. Another one, Mike, another troll comment.
Yeah, I got it.
Good, thank you.
Yep.
But anyways, so let's just go ahead and just get right into it with our least favorite because we have the same one which is Strangers Chapter 2.
Yep. Horrible movie.
It's worse than Chapter 1, shockingly.
Somehow. Mm-hmm.
They try to do this thing where they try to reveal the strangers' identities and make us care. They try to give us a backstory on one of the strangers, and it completely defeats the purpose of what made the strangers creepy in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And it's literally a chase movie for 96 minutes. But Madeleine Pesch, she's good in the film. She's trying her best. Like, I think she is talented, but this trilogy is just not showcasing her talents. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yep, it's definitely my least favorite for sure. So yeah, after that, Hell House LLC Lineage. I don't know if any of y'all saw it. It's rough.
I didn't.
Not good. The first movie is great. Second movie, third movie, pretty shit. Fourth movie, really solid. Surprisingly, I thought they were about to be on a streak. No.
Yeah,
No.
I know you did recommend me to watch a couple of the Hell House movies. I'll get around to them when I have a chance to, but just by what you said of Hell House Lineage, I was like, I just don't really know if this franchise will really work for me if that's the case.
Yeah. Next up, Fear Street Prom Queen. Horrible movie. Takes what could have been a pretty solid franchise. The first three are great movies, pretty solid horror movies, and this one, yikes, makes like the most generic 80s movie ever. It uses like the most like stereotypical 80s needle drops ever. White Wedding. I don't remember what the fucking song's called. It's like
there was Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics.
Yeah, Sweet Dreams is in there. There's another one. Yeah, anyways, it's like the most stereotypical like 80s songs you can think of. Yeah, not good at all. Then The Carpenter's Son. This is Jesus Christ, the horror movie. Whoa. Who thought that was going to be good? Well, Nicolas Cage is in it. That kind of saved it.
That might be the only thing that might make it at least somewhat tolerable, but even then it's like, why would you do a horror spin on Jesus?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Keeper. Probably my most disappointing horror movie of the entire year. Probably the most disappointing movie in general this year. Just what the fuck happened with this one, man? Had a cool concept, had cool marketing.
And Tatiana Maslany is great.
Yeah, Tatiana is great.
That's but other than that, woof.
Big dud.
Well, there's also quite a few of these that we will probably talk about when we get to my list. But
yeah.
But there is going to be some, I will say this for anybody watching, there's going to be some movies that Mike did see that I didn't unfortunately have a chance to see. So,
right. Yeah. Bambi the Reckoning and Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare can kind of talk about them at the same time. just they take themselves too seriously. They should be fun, stupid as shit horror movies. And like I like the concept of like just these characters, but in the twisted horror sense. I like those ideas. The concepts are kind of neat. But like that's really all that they got going for them. They don't have like standout kills by any means. They don't have like, you know, the fun nature that they should have, like another movie we'll talk about here in a little bit. Like, I don't know. It's just they're not good. Not good. And like even like Blood and Honey 2, that one's kind of fun. Like I will say, I enjoyed that one. That's really like the only one I genuinely really kind of enjoy. So
Yeah.
Yep. Then The Home, Pete Davidson's horror movie. I know Luke enjoyed this one. I couldn't really get into it, honestly. Like by the time you get to the third act, it's just like too little, too late, and they go balls to the wall crazy for it. And it's just like, okay, I respect that, but the rest of the movie, not good. It's not very
But
good.
I will say that Pete Davidson is good in the movie. Like he does a good
He's
job
okay.
doing.
He's okay.
Trying to do more of a serious role, but I want to see him do more serious work.
Yeah.
And then maybe he can prove me as a serious actor. Like he can prove me wrong.
Yeah. I hope he can at some point, but it's just that. And I don't know if you would consider it a serious movie at all, but it's a lot less comedy than his other movies.
Like King of Staten Island.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to see him do
Not
any
great.
more roles. Pete Davidson stinks. I love Pete Davidson. Like the guy is
I like his
really
comedy.
talented.
Yeah. I like his comedy. It's just, well,
I think
unless
it's just
you're- what's that one movie? The Pickup?
yeah, the
Eddie
pickup.
Murphy? Just don't give me more movies like that, please.
Like don't give me a movie like where they think it's so funny that Pete Davidson farts in an armored truck because armored trucks don't have windows.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's not funny.
Give me more Kings of Staten Island movies, man. Like,
Or give me
just
like
give me
his
that
role of Petey the Cat in Dogman. Like
Yeah.
like he's great. Like he's great as Petey the Cat, but
Yeah,
other
exactly.
than that though, I don't know.
Yeah. Then Ash, another one that was pretty disappointing to me. I saw the concept, the cast, the director was pretty promising. I was like, I'm sold. I'm sold. Visuals are great. Performances were semi decent. Movie was boring as shit. Kind of gave me a migraine.
Yeah.
The Rule of Jenny Penn, great concept, great performance from, was it John Lithgow?
Yep.
Right? Yeah, John Lithgow, he's great. Not good. Not very good. House on Eden. I wanted to watch it just because I really enjoy the YouTubers that made the movie. It's okay. Like, okay at best, honestly. It's fine.
Yeah.
Vicious. Dakota Fanning's good. She carries the movie on her shoulders. Like, she needs a fucking back massage after that. Other than that, you know, it had some cool moments. Not scary by any means. It was solid. Coyotes, kind of just a wasted concept, honestly. I wish I could still say, like Cody Leach has said this perfectly. I wish I could still say that anytime that Justin Long is in a horror movie, it's about to be good. Unfortunately,
Coyotes unfortunately kind of made that go off the rails.
Well, that and also
Night Patrol.
Night Patrol is apparently pretty bad, and then also what's the other one? It's a Wonderful Knife is also
that one was. I mean,
not good.
it was okay from what I remember of it, but it's not very good.
Not good. Yeah. Borderline, that one was pretty disappointing. Samara Weaving and Ray Nicholson, like those were the only two reasons. Like that was the only reasons I even watched it. And like it has a cool concept. It's just the script is so lacking for that movie, and like it had no directorial style at all. It's just like,
Yeah.
Ooh, Noah brought up a good question. What horror movie?
Horror movie
am I
are you
voting-
voting me to watch? I think we'll save that towards the end of the stream.
Yeah.
So we'll save that for a little bit later.
Yeah.
But anyways,
And then The Damned. It was an okay movie. it was, early January. I think that was like the first horror movie that even came out last year. It's okay.
Yeah, it was.
It's fine.
But for a first week of January horror movie, it was better than expected.
Yeah. Still not very good, but
It's not the
solid.
best.
And then I Know What You Did Last Summer. Luke's gonna have this one way lower on his list. I know that for a fact.
It will be. It will be.
Yeah. As a movie itself, it was fun. For like 2/3 of it, and then yeah, the third act throws this one way off. Loris has finally got to see a troll comment.
Seriously, just fucking stop with the troll comments, people. Please. It's getting ridiculous
Yeah.
at this point.
This Vincent dude, who the fuck?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. So like the twists in it are just so bad. It's like, why the fuck are we making? Was it Ray? This is,
Yeah, it's Ray.
Frank Jr.'s name. Yeah. Why the fuck are we making Ray the killer? Like, that's so out of character for
It's
him.
1997 all over again. That's literally his
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like
at this point too, they just like turn it into like Riverdale the movie, and I'm 90% sure the person who directed this also made like a shit ton of the Riverdale episodes. So like whoever's idea was to put her in the chair.
and also what they're trying to set up for a post-credit scene for a sequel, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, also
Just
Gavin and Cam, if you're watching this, it was the same fucking house.
Literally the same thing.
It was the same house from the beginning of the movie when the fucking the boyfriend getting like dragged out of the pool.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, it was that same fucking house. Watch it again. You'll see it. Scream Boat. One that actually kind of has fun with its concept. David Howard Thornton, he's great.
Movie's
not
alright.
great other than that. Yeah, movie's okay. The Monkey, one that unfortunately went way down after a rewatch. It's like, it's got fun kills. Theo James is okay. It's just, I feel like it took itself way too seriously in points. Like, I don't know. Should be a lot more fun than it is.
Yeah, I mean, I get why you don't really care for it, and I understand like why people hate it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's fair. That's fair. Until Dawn, kind of frustrating as a video game movie. Like adapting the game it's based on, just not great as an adaptation. Like the only thing that really even ties the game to the movie is one, the Wendigos in the movie, and two, the very ending. You see the camera of the villa from the game. That's it.
But yeah, other than that, there's really no ties.
Yeah, literally none. No characters are the same names, anything like that. It's like not even like the traditional like concept, like the base concept of the game is nothing of what the movie is. Like they die and it like puts them into like a new horror genre. This is not the game at all. It's just they're
Cool
trying to
concept, but it doesn't. But like you said, it doesn't follow the game.
Exactly. Yeah, it would be a cool movie if it wasn't called Until Dawn. Like,
right.
I'll be honest. Him, severely disappointing. Once again, should have been great. Ended up being.
It's really style over substance.
Yeah.
I had enough fun with it for what it was, but I will agree with you. It is one of the biggest disappointments of 2025.
For sure. Then VHS Halloween should have been better than it was. It's like
severely
kind of
disappointed with that one too.
Yeah, it's just kind of a waste of concept, honestly. You'd think that would be like one of the better movies in the franchise. Like
hell, I would honestly like you would think it'd be the best one because
exactly
like literally centering around Halloween, but no, it's not. It's honestly my second to least favorite of the whole franchise.
I think I might say the same, honestly. I don't know.
I hate that I'm saying that because I mean I love the franchise, but that
Yeah.
one to be my second to least favorite, that is saying a lot.
85 and beyond were so much better.
Hell, 94 and 99 were a lot better than that.
Yeah. Just go watch those.
Yeah, just watch the
then
Shudder ones,
influencers. Yeah, except for Halloween.
Yeah.
Influencers, another Shudder movie. It was okay. It was kind of just forgettable, honestly. It was fine.
But I'll say this. So is it basically, can I ask this really quick?
Yeah.
Is it a social media influencer horror film just based off of that title?
Let me see. Yeah, it kind of is, yeah. It's like some chick is, trying to use social media to gain following while also trying to uncover a mystery. Like, it was kind of cool. But like it was fine. It's a sequel? What the fuck? It's a sequel?
I never knew that.
Huh.
That's
weird.
Okay, so apparently it is a sequel, so that's weird.
Yeah. Interesting.
But is what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, Opus, fine enough. It's kind of weird that it's like very derivative of an already very derivative movie. It's basically like carbon copy of Blink Twice from 2024 with Channing Tatum.
It's
which is
literally
already
just the
derivative
A24
of
version of Blink
Midsommar.
Twice. Like,
kind of, which was already a mainstream version of Midsommar.
yeah.
So it's like the ripoff of the ripoff of the ripoff.
So it's literally just ripping off two movies.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like ripping off their own movie plus Blink Twice, which is already
right.
It's fine. I enjoyed it.
I mean, Iowa Debris really good in it, though.
Yeah. And John Malkovich is good.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Hand That Rocks the Cradle, fine enough. Remake, solid. I haven't seen the original, so
I'm literally saying, dude, I have not seen the original.
Yeah.
But solid enough remake.
Yeah. Woman in the Yard, I thought was going to be terrible. Heard reviews say it was pretty awful. I had a decent enough time with it. The ending, a little, irresponsible messaging, but
I just think it really goes off the rails in the third act. Like, I hate what they did with the third act. Like, the first two acts, I was like, I'm loving this movie. I love what they're doing with the family drama. But when it gets to the third act and the reveals and the messaging, I'm like, I hate what I'm watching.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
But it is good. I will say it is a good movie. Definitely one of the bigger surprises of last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Then Night of the Reaper. It was a fun enough slasher. I thought it was going to be more of like a supernatural movie, but it's more of a slasher. It's fine. Kind of reminded me a lot of Clown in a Cornfield, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. It was fine. I had fun with it. Dangerous Animals, probably like one of the best shark movies out there now. Jai Courtney's great in it. He's really like the one thing that's holding the movie together, though. Some of the kills are pretty fun. Final Girl's okay. Yeah, it was fine. Actually, next one, Wolfman. I just got the 4K of right there.
Nice.
By the way, snag that 3 for $33 deal on Amazon on 4Ks. I got some shit ton of good deals, man. Got brand new movies on there for $11 a pop. Like,
which we'll show those off when we get to the watch along on Sunday for 28 weeks later.
Yeah, cop that shit. Anyway, yeah, Wolfman, disappointing, but still solid. I didn't dislike it. I loved the horror aspects. I just didn't like the characters. I really did not.
That is fair. That is very fair.
They're afraid of discipline, and that's one thing that I hate about parenting is like, sure, yeah, I don't want to yell at my kid. I don't want to, get physical with the kid. But at the same time, tell your goddamn kid no. Don't be afraid to get loud. Like, he doesn't want to, like, the dad doesn't want to be like his dad and be abusive and yelling. It's like, okay, there's a difference between being abusive and yelling. if your kid isn't following your instruction, yell.
Right.
Hello? Tell it no. I say it. Tell it no.
Yeah.
Like tell your kid no. Like it's fine. And like the twist with it being the dad, I was not expecting that. I will say that was a pretty solid twist. It was fine. The body horror stuff is really cool. I actually kind of want to rewatch it just to see if it holds up or doesn't really hold up. Because like the actual horror stuff is really solid, like really good stuff in there.
Right.
It's just, you know, the characters not very good. Clown in a Cornfield kind of suffers the same thing. The characters are not great outside of Quinn and her dad. The book, I know it's going to sound like a shock to you guys, but the book was a lot better.
Yup.
Yeah, book.
I do have the book. Just haven't yet to read it.
I have the second one. I need to get into it, and I think there's a third one and a fourth one coming out soon.
I think so. I just haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Yeah, solid enough movie. I thought it was going to be a lot more closer to the book than it was. It kind of, you know, takes its own little narrative. Cool stuff. Some fun kills here and there. Get a fun little twist in the second act. The second act was a lot of fun. I kind of love the second act. The first act takes a little while to get going. Third act, the twist.
It just kind of goes off the
killers
rails.
It's
with
just
the
like,
twist.
yeah, the twist on like who the killers are is just like, I kind of saw that coming.
Two of
Even
those
though I
were
read the
honestly
book,
like two of them were like, I saw that coming from like a mile away.
No, exactly. Yeah, like yeah, no shit.
And I think our good buddy Zach Milne brought this up perfectly. It got very Scooby-Doo-ish towards the third act.
Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo without them saying, I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Yep.
Like that's literally it.
Yep.
Next one, Primitive War. Luke was actually the person who recommended this one for me. I had a decent enough time with it. Kind of felt like Vietnam War Jurassic Park. Pretty cool.
Hell, I'll even say it right now. It was a better dinosaur movie that came out last year than Jurassic World Rebirth. There, I said it.
Yeah, it was. And then Drop. I thought it was fun enough. Brandon Sklenar is great in it. I think he's actually a really good actor.
Can I say this really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to say I didn't add that to the list because I don't really count it as a horror film. It's more like a thriller.
Yeah, that is fair. It's just it's Blumhouse. Has like the concept of a horror movie, so I was like, yeah,
I get that, but I don't really count it as a horror film, so I didn't add it to the list.
It's really not. Like once you watch it, the trailer is more of a horror movie than the actual movie. Death of a Unicorn. I had a really fun time with it when I first watched it. Not really going to hold up on a rewatch, I'm sure of it. I was having a shitty day when I saw it. Like my car wasn't working. Got to work. My manager was being an asshole. Like I was having a shitty day. Right. After work, go to see it. I had a really fun time with it. Kills are fun. Pretty funny.
It's a fucking unicorn.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta do that quote every time.
It's a fucking unicorn.
Yep.
Next here we get to the good shit. All right, we get to the good shit here. So, Lurker, solid little psychological horror. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like trippy and psychological. It wasn't really. Kind of felt like a better version of Friendship, the Tim Robinson movie. There's like a lot of moments in it that felt a lot like Friendship, and I was just like, okay, that was better than Friendship at least. So it's fine. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Not amazing, but it's solid. And then Freywaka, I liked it. Pretty cool. It's kind of based on like Irish folklore, which is cool. Not like, outstanding by any means, but pretty cool. Anaconda, I know a lot of people are shitting on that movie. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really funny. Yeah. And I saw it like after a long day with my cousins who I can't really stand. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I had a pretty rough day or pretty rough week just by that point when I went and saw it. So like, it's one of those, I think I think that's why we hold it in a higher regard than most people do, because it was just like a bad day cure.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a funny enough movie. Jack Black, Steve Zahn, Paul Rudd, they're funny as hell. Like,
Yeah, I think Steve Zahn stole the show. Like, he was the funniest part of the whole movie.
oh yeah, I agree with you there. After that, Conjuring Last Rites. I thought it was a solid closer for the Warrens. Honestly, it's not amazing by any means. The horror stuff not great, but like the family drama stuff I actually really loved. Like there's a lot of really charming moments, like the ping pong scene. I fucking love that scene,
dude. I love that scene too.
Genuinely might be one of my favorite scenes of the entire Conjuring franchise, just because of the character building there. It's just like, oh man, it's so sweet. I love it. It's like, you see Ed, it's like he's like passing the torch. It's so cute. I love it. Movie itself as a horror movie, it's fine.
But just as a send-off to the Warrens,
it's great. I thought the send-off stuff was actually really good.
There you go.
Not a great horror movie though. Hard Eyes, fun enough slasher, better romance movie than being a slasher, honestly. Again, really just saw the twist villain coming from a mile away.
And plus the whole killer motivation of Hard Eyes was like
stupid.
They didn't even say like what their motivation was, and it's like, no, like give us a clear reason of like why the Hard Eyes killer kills couples on Valentine's Day rather than just leaving it so vague.
Also, the first twist villain is like, it's one of the Scream scenarios where there's multiple twist villains, but the first of which is like, it's played for a joke where it's like they pull. But then
when they explained it, like when the actual killers were revealed, the way that they explained it, that was honestly lazy.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say though, when they first reveal him, it's like they try to do like one of those things where they pull a random ass character out and make fun of it, but it's like it's not funny. So like, hey, you remember me? I was that one guy that was behind the one thing at the one place.
Yeah, okay. It's one of those characters.
Like they tried making it funny, but the guy who played the character was not funny at all. Like didn't deliver it properly at all. Like I just said it a lot funnier than he did.
Right.
It's fine. I liked it. I'd rewatch it around Halloween, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. I'd rewatch it around then. It's fine. Like that and the original My Bloody Valentine. Make that a double feature.
There you go.
Ugly Stepsister, solid little body horror movie. Really gory, disgusting fucking moments. That's kind of what made the movie as good as it was. I like the concept. Just not as amazing as some people are saying. It's no substance. It's no Together, which we'll talk about Together here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie, though. Jimmy and Stiggs kind of felt like a scrappy B-rate horror movie. Joe Bagos, the director, made it in his apartment. It's really fun. Not for everyone, though, I will say. He's definitely not for everyone.
It's a very, like, do-it-yourself kind of horror film, from what I've heard.
Yeah, exactly. DIY kind of, it's fun. Alien sci-fi horror movie. It's cool stuff. Visually, really cool. Like, if you've seen Joe Bagos' other movies with, like, the crazy LEDs in his movies.
Yes, like especially like with like Christmas, Bloody Christmas, especially.
Yeah, like every scene is either like green or red lights everywhere. Like, it's cool. And then also VFW literally takes place within like all red lights. It's cool.
There you go. Yeah.
Marshmallow, another cool little sci-fi horror movie. Really cool twist. The rest of the movie, it's solid. Solid little camp movie, and then you get to like the kills, and it's like they take some wild swings. Like, they take some wild
for sure
swings.
They do.
The twist in this one is fucking insane though. Like holy shit. Crazy stuff. Hell of a Summer, probably one of the better like horror comedies in a while. Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick directed it. And apparently they're on board for a Idle Hands reboot, which I'm sold for. Honestly, it sounds really fun with them in the
in the director's chair. Sounds cool. They're funny here. You get some like decent kills here and there, like the the one with the kid's head getting was it he gets his head chopped off, or was it just his throat gets slit?
Like which one in particular are you talking about?
The curtain
Like,
kill.
oh, he just gets an axe to the head.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah, the axe to the head and the blood splatting all over the curtain. That was cool as hell.
I just wish that more gore was shown in the film rather than just being cutaway kills.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And also the characters are fun.
I think that's why why the film was a lot more fun than it was because of the characters. Like you actually liked spending time with the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So
Locked. I know Luke really enjoyed this one. He was the one who recommended this to me. I checked it out. I really liked it too. Bill Skarsgård's great. Anthony Hopkins is fucking psycho. Love him.
Yep, psycho. Silence of the Lambs type right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, really, really solid stuff. Strange Harvest, really cool little mockumentary style movie. For a little while, it felt real, and then it gets a little outlandish. The name of the killer is like, okay, they wouldn't call him Mr. Smiley,
right?
They're not gonna call a serial killer.
And how they make
Mr.
it
Smiley.
like cult ties, I thought was really weird. Like I just don't think it really fit like the vibe of the film with how realistic and grounded they make it feel to a point where it makes it feel like you're watching a murder documentary. Yeah. They just really go over the top with it, and I think that's honestly what took me out of it.
Yeah, I will say though, I can thank this movie for one thing: learning what a blood eagle is. So, if you don't know, a blood eagle is basically where you rip someone's navel cavity open, you pull out their lungs and make it look like an angel wing, okay, like an eagle.
Oh, jeez!
And then hang them. That's what you do. And so now I have the threat. I was like, when someone pisses me off, my go-to for a little while was like, have you ever heard of a blood eagle? So I fucking love using that. Yeah.
All right.
Strange Harvest, really cool stuff. It ends really, really solid. Went on the Letterboxd video store. Kind of weird that they decided to do that of all things, but I kind of liked the idea of putting that on there. It's just like they literally only have like 5 movies on there.
Like, why can't they put some more movies on there? Like, especially ones that are not on any streaming service.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's probably just a rights thing, but like, I mean, why can't you just do like a Fandango at home kind of thing, where just like have whatever movies you think of, they're on there.
Exactly.
Cool.
There you go.
It's not. So,
but I think it has been acquired for distribution, though.
Yeah, I think Neon acquired and is coming out in like March, I want to say.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Hollow Road, really, really solid. I wish it came out in like wide release in theaters at least, because it was really cool. They only released it in like AMC theaters on Halloween, and that was like the only day it showed. So kind of a waste, unfortunately, but still really solid. Companion, I loved it. First time I watched it. Second time, it's like it takes away the shock value, but it's still really fun. I really enjoy it. And then The Gorge, the first of 2 Scott Derrickson movies I'll be talking about here. Really good stuff. Really fun genre blender for sure. Yeah. And then we get to the nitty gritty, the really fucking good stuff. Good Boy, really, really cute dog. Indy, love him. Kind of creepy visuals for sure. Good concept, flies by. Great movie. Would have been better if it was like a 30-minute movie, but still, I loved it. Toxic Avenger, the 2023 technically,
but
release.
But it's 2025 because that's when the general public was able to see it.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Goofy as hell, but it's a lot of fun. Bone Lake really, really flew under the radar. I wasn't able to see it in theaters, unfortunately. Wish I could have, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Shelby Oaks. I know a lot of people are really shitting on this movie, and I don't know why. It's so good. It's so good. You can tell the passion was actually there. And one of my friends was comparing it. He said it was worse than Strangers Chapter 2. Dude, at least there's fucking passion put into Shelby Oaks, not just like
1000%.
Hey, here's like $5 million, make a shitty ass movie destroying a legacy of a movie. Like,
or just make a movie that gives us unwanted answers to questions that we never asked.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like this movie is like a passion project that was crowdfunded and picked up by a big studio because of who was directing it.
And
like,
also Mike Flanagan executive produced this. Like,
exactly.
Seriously. Yeah, Mike Flanagan executive produced it. So it's like, I really don't get why people are hating on the movie.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Unless you're just a Chris Stuckman hater. And then at that point, why the fuck did you even watch the movie? But
exactly.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. 28 years later, we already talked about it a little bit. First time watch, I was really conflicted on it. Then second time, I really enjoyed it. And then third time was like, oh yeah, this is a damn good movie. I'm really enjoying it. Final Destination Bloodlines, the best of the franchise.
By a long shot. Easily.
By a long shot. Yeah. Definitely the best of the six now. And Tony Todd, amazing send-off for him. Like, that's why it cracked into my top 10, honestly, just because of Tony Todd.
And also just his scene in particular just left me in tears.
Yeah.
Like, just once he walks off screen, I'm just sitting there crying. Like, it's the best. It's such a great film. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. By a long shot, right. Bloodlines is the best one over.
It's the best.
It really is.
It's the best. Yeah,
because you want to know something that the Final Destination films have kind of struggled with? Having a good story and also good characters.
Yeah, and also not just reusing the same concept. And this
exactly, like they actually tried something new, like having this whole Bloodlines kind of story, like where death is actually coming after a certain family.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really damn good.
The first one's great, but I mean, there is some iconic characters in the first one, but it just doesn't quite live up for a story perspective as Bloodlines does.
Yeah. Also, the one thing that like tampers the first one just a little bit is in 2 the reveal that they took out Alex with a fucking brick. It's like, dude, really?
Yeah, that was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, besides that, number 9, Together, loved it. One of the best body horror movies in a long time. Probably my favorite body horror movie, like in this decade so far. Yes, I said it. It's better than The Substance. I'm sorry.
I know, like Mike and I have the same take. It's better than The Substance for rewatch value. Like if we're talking quality, The Substance is way better, but Together, we both agree that it has a more creative concept.
Mm-hmm.
And they utilize it until its last few minutes.
Yeah, like literally the last couple seconds, it was like the only thing I didn't really like. It's just like, that CGI monstrosity at the end was like, ugh.
That was kind of the CGI, like towards the end, it was kind of a train wreck, but I think when they use CGI, like for most of the movie, I actually liked the CGI blended with practical effects. Mm-hmm. But the CGI at the end, like you said, that was like, ooh, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Last shot. This was like, oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Phone 2, fantastic sequel. I wish there was a higher body count, but that's like really the only thing I will say about it, that I have a real complaint about it. Other than that, really, really solid movie. Also, I mean, Finney, kind of wish they didn't sideline him as much, but he's still great. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I know Luke didn't see this one, unfortunately. Kind of felt like a, Christmas Dexter episode. It's fucking great.
That's the best way to describe it, dude. Like I've heard it's like Venom meets Dexter, but in a Christmas horror movie.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Yeah, Bring Her Back, bleak as hell. Loved it,
but such a great film.
Loved it.
So good.
I do kind of wish that like the very ending they changed some things up, but fuck, it was fantastic. I loved it. Begonia, It's a lot more like sci-fi than horror, but still, we wanted to put it in here because it's aliens.
And it's
like
kind of
Invasion of the
horror
Body Snatchers.
adjacent in a way.
Yeah. Very like Invasion of the Body Snatchers-esque. Really cool stuff. Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Fucking great movie, man.
Another kind of a horror adjacent movie. It's more of a drama, but it still is basically horror adjacent.
Like the second to lead character is a fucking monster. Like it's
exactly like Jacob Elordi's character is Frankenstein's monster. So, but
yeah, exactly.
Again, I kind of morely consider it a drama because there's not much of like, horror aspects, but besides, of course, Frankenstein's monster. Like,
yeah.
But besides the point,
The Long Walk, again, it's more of like a sci-fi dystopian drama, but it's fucking intense. Like, probably the scariest movie of the year.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, it's horrifying. It's bleak as hell, even though I've seen it like 4 times now. But
that's crazy.
I love it. I fucking love it. It's so good.
It's fantastic.
Sinners, one of 2 movies that I saw in theaters 3 times in 2025. Amazing. Fucking love it. And then Weapons is my number 1. Aunt Gladys is the GOAT.
It's incredible. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Was easily in my top 3 of last year. Like, not just for horror films, but just in general, it was in my top 3.
All right, Luke.
All right, now we're going to my list. I have 56 that I'm going to be ranking. And to start it off, is also, like we talked about it on Mike's, it's also my least favorite, The Strangers Chapter 2. I've given pretty much every reason why I hate this movie.
Yeah.
And it was easily by a long shot the worst movie I saw in 2025.
I just realized I didn't have Presence on my list.
Well, it's not necessarily a horror film, but
oh no, it is. It's a ghost.
But it's not scary. Like, it's not scary horror.
Not really. No.
But I'll talk about that here in a little bit.
That would be like halfway through my list.
But yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But Strangers Chapter 2, like I said, I've given every single reason why I hate it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I know I just said by a long shot. This at my number 55 for the horror films was also a pretty big contender for worst movie of the year, which was Skill House. Mike talked about
I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Mike did talk about the film Influencers, and I was going to bring up that Influencers would have been a better social media influencer horror film than Skill House was. Like, every single possible dumb decision that you would expect from characters in a horror film is exactly what they do in Skill House. And my God, dude, like the ending absolutely, like, it just left me pissed off. And if an ending leaves me pissed off in a movie, that's never a good sign. Like, I don't want to leave a movie pissed off. In Skill House, I left pissed off. So there you go. Fear Street Prom Queen. Mike did talk about it. It's terrible. It's a completely generic slasher, like generic as generic can get. The soundtrack, it's the most obvious needle drops, like he said, and the kills are not really that well inspired. And there's a couple of decent kills, but even then, they're really uninspired. And the final twist reveal is, you can see it coming a mile away, but it's still like aggravating because of the way that they execute it. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I was entertained by it for the first 2/3 at least. I was semi-entertained. I wasn't like going nuts. Like, I wasn't crazy about it. But I was like, you know what? This movie's not too bad. Like, I'm not hating myself. But then when it gets to the third act reveals and that Ray is one of the killers and his reasoning for why he's one of the killers, I just thought was lazy and just, it pissed me off. And I love the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, it's not like a next level classic. It's basically just a Scream clone, but it's still fun. But this legacy sequel was the worst possible version of a legacy sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer that it could have possibly been. So yeah, and I mean, I think I gave it like a D plus when I first saw it in theaters. The more and more I thought about it, and especially with the ending and the third act and what they're setting up for the post credits for a sequel, because I think the film made its money back, but I don't know. I hate what they're doing. Rosario is a movie that no one's heard of, but I did watch it. It was hilariously terrible. It's also pretty forgettable bad. Like with what they did with it, like it's another one of those concepts like tarot where like something is cursed and somebody gets this curse and they have to try to find a way to break away from it, but they do it in the most hilariously bad way possible. And then we got Mouseboat Massacre, which is another one of these like public domain like horror films, and of course like Mickey Mouse as a slasher villain. We've had that with Screamboat, and we had that with The Mousetrap. But this one, it was bad, but there was some entertaining moments. I will say it. There were some entertaining moments. And then Presence, it's not really a horror movie. I mean, it may be in a sense because of the fact that it's a ghost story, but it's not scary whatsoever. I found it boring for the most part, and the shaky cam was horrible. Like, especially like one scene, like when they're going up the stairs, I was like, oh my God, I hate what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then we got The Conjuring Last Rites. Yeah, I was not crazy about this movie. Actually, hold on. I should have actually swapped that with where it's placed. I probably should have swapped that and put that over Ash. So I'll just talk about Ash first. Like you said, Mike, good cast, and you had a promising director in Flying Lotus. It's boring. It's visually good, but the movie itself, snooze fest.
Yeah. Poopy.
And then The Conjuring Last Rites, I was not crazy about. I was pretty bored watching it. Maybe a second time I might like it a lot more, but the first go around, I was just bored. And then House on Eden, it's kind of cool that it is a TikTok person's movie. Like, that's pretty awesome. But the movie itself took way too long to get going.
Yeah. Really only got interesting by the end of it, unfortunately.
Like, once they get to the house is actually when it gets interesting. But then when they do this, like, whole cult tie, I was like, there was no buildup for that.
Yeah.
Pretty
weird stuff.
And then Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. I'm just kind of getting tired of the Twisted Childhood Universe movies. Like, they haven't really been sitting well with me, except for Blood and Honey 2. But I didn't even watch Bambi, and I haven't even heard that Bambi was even any good.
Yeah, I talked about it. Not good.
I mean, the guy who plays as Peter Pan is great, but he followed way too many parallels to the Grabber from the Black Phone.
And Pennywise.
Yeah, but I got more of like Grabber vibes from the Black Phone.
The first time you see him, though, it's literally ripped right out of it. Like him peeking out of the cupboard, and he's like, "Well, hiya!" Like that's literally right out of it.
Yeah, but then as the film progresses, he just becomes the Grabber from the Black Phone.
Yeah.
So, but it was okay, I guess. VHS Halloween, Mike did talk about it earlier. None of the segments even stood out to me. As a big VHS fan, severely disappointed. Speaking of severely disappointed, Keeper, the first 2/3 of it were a slog to get through. But once it got to the third act, I was like, okay, I like what they're doing here, but you should have actually done more with it rather than just making it a slog for the first 2/3.
Yeah.
But Tatiana Maslany is great and it's well shot, but this was a pretty big miss for me from Oz Perkins.
Yeah. I'm doing what Old Restless is saying. I'm zoning out with my knife.
And then we got The Home. Mike did say I did enjoy this movie a lot more than he did. I did. But I will say it's not a great movie. Honestly, the first 2/3 were boring, but I think it honestly was saved by the third act.
Yeah.
Vicious. Dakota Fanning is good in it. there's some cool lighting tricks that they do, and there is some good moments,
Mm-hmm.
but could have been better. And
Yeah.
Until Dawn, cool concept, but like you said, it doesn't even follow the game. So
Yeah.
it was, I mean, I liked it for what it was for someone who hasn't played the game, but it's not the best.
Mm-hmm.
Control Freak, I kind of forgot that movie even existed. It came out on Hulu. Stars Kelly Mary Tran.
Not on my list either. Yeah, that one's not on my list either. I completely forgot.
Yeah,
about that one.
it was okay.
Like that 64 movies. 64
Yeah.
horror movies I saw.
Yeah, but it was fine. The Damned, for a first week of January movie, it was better than expected, but not the best.
And I didn't add Five Nights at Freddy's.
Whoops. Make that 65.
I'm a fucking idiot, bro.
Coyotes, I had enough fun with Coyotes, but the CGI coyotes that make it look like they're AI generated images of coyotes really took me out of it.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This might be a bit of a hot take, but I liked it for what it was as a fan of the games. But I will agree with what some people are saying. It is definitely a setup for Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That's what the movie is.
Yeah.
But there is cool Easter eggs, and what they do with the Easter eggs is cool. But the film just needed a better story.
Yeah, there's some changes to the lore that just aren't good.
Yeah. Him,
like the
one of the
marionette stuff.
Yeah, like even that, like with what they tried to do with that, it seemed interesting on paper. It's just how they executed it in the film. It's not the stuff that you see in the games.
No, exactly.
But yeah, I was really let down by it because I love the first one, but it was a fun enough sequel. Him, one of the biggest disappointments of the year. It's very style over substance, but I have fun with it. Like,
yeah,
because a lot of people are telling me it's one of the worst movies of the year, and I was like, it can't be.
If you're saying that, you ain't seen half the shit that we've seen, bro.
Yeah, because it's really not that bad. Because like when the movie was over, I was like, really? Like this was one of the worst of the year? This really isn't that bad.
At least it was like competently directed. Like,
well, and also it kept me interested. I was never bored by it.
Yeah.
So, what else? Again, that was my phone again.
No worries.
And then Dangerous Animals, I liked it, but again, this was another one of those cases, like another movie we're going to talk about here in a couple minutes, that honestly kind of fell into the trap of it being overhyped. Because this one, a lot of people were hyping up, is like, this is like the best shark movie since Deep Blue Sea. And I was like, you're right, but it's not that great.
Yeah.
I think the film just needed some work in the script department. I mean, The Final Girl was great and Jai Courtney was awesome, but the film needed some work in the script department.
Yeah.
Clown in the Cornfield got a little bit better with the rewatch, but it's still not a great film, but it's fun enough.
Yeah.
The Ugly Stepsister, this was the other one I was talking about that fell victim to the overhype. Everybody was like hyping this movie up, and I was like, it's good, but it doesn't really head anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, but there is some really gnarly stuff in there. Like, it's gruesome at points, but there's not really anything in the story department that kept me interested.
Yeah.
The Rule of Jenny Penn, I like this one a lot more than you did, Mike. I actually really liked the dark comedy tones that they blended with the film. And I thought that Geoffrey Rush and John Lithgow did a very good job. The Woman in the Yard, one of the biggest surprises of last year. Thought it was going to be trash, but ended up being a really solid horror film. Screamboat, like you said, it had more fun with the concept than most of the Twisted Childhood universe films that just take themselves so dead-ass seriously. But David Howard Thornton was great as Steamboat Willie. Had a lot of fun with it. Marshmallow, I got to shout out Mike for recommending me this one. This was a really cool sci-fi, like, adjacent horror film. Like, it tries to go a little bit more sci-fi in the third act. I wish that they did some more expansion on that than what we actually got in the film. Like, that was honestly one of my gripes with it. There wasn't enough explanation with it. Like, I wanted a little bit more exposition.
Yeah.
By the way, what's up, Jacob?
Jacob.
What's going on, man? Hope you're well.
Old Russ is making me laugh.
Yeah. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I haven't seen the original, but it's good. It was a solid update.
Yeah.
I mean, Micah Monroe and Mary Elizabeth Winstead are fantastic in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a Summer. It's just a good old-fashioned horror comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Opus.
Agreed.
It's basically kind of ripping off Blink Twice, but still a lot of fun.
66.
Because he just
Predator
added in
Killer.
Predator Killer of Killers.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that. I mean, I wasn't sure how they were going to do an animated anthology of the Predator franchise, but they made it work. And I think one of the things that made it help was Dan Trachtenberg was behind it, and he is 3 for 3 in the franchise.
Yeah.
Wolfman, this is another one I liked a lot more than you did.
Yeah.
I just think some of the pacing and some of the predictable elements kind of held it back for me, but it's still good. Like, it's a lot better than people have said it was.
Characters are poopy.
Yeah, characters are not. I would say the characters are not really well written. I'll say that.
Yeah, no.
I think if it was just Lee Winnell just by himself with the script and it wasn't 3 different writers, I think it would have worked a lot better.
Yeah.
Because I think Lee Winnell does well by himself whenever he actually writes his characters.
Mhm.
But it's just when you have like multiple writers attached, it just doesn't work. But it was still good enough for what it was. Primitive War. This kind of felt like the movie Werewolves with Frank Grillo, where it's definitely stupid, but it knows it's stupid.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of good dinosaur carnage candy.
Yeah. Also, I just want to update my list now that I have those other movies added in. So, Control Freak is my number 59. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is 39. Presence is 36. And Killer of Killers is my 15.
All right. And Death of a Unicorn is number 22. I really enjoyed it, but I don't know. I mean, it might not sit well with me over time. If I give it a rewatch, it might not be this high on the list, but it was fun enough for what it was. And The Monkey, I had a great theater experience with The Monkey. It was just a fun movie, and I just could not help but laugh at a lot of the kills. And that was the intent of the movie.
Yeah.
So, and I had a really good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
Strange Harvest, it's a really solid horror mockumentary. Just got really off the rails in the third act. Good Boy, Indy the dog, he's great. I just think it's kind of generic with how they tell the story. And I think for an hour and 12 minutes, I think is how long it is.
Yeah.
There were a couple of moments where it was kind of slow. For me, there was a couple moments where it was kind of slow. But other than that, though, the rest of the film flew by. Just a couple of moments where it just kind of dialed back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Number 18, Hard Eyes. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Like you said, killer reveals were not very good. And I will say there was some pretty cringy dialogue. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. The Gorge proves why I love Scott Derrickson. He's one of the best working in the industry. And Shelby Oaks, I want to see Chris Stuckman make more films. This was a great debut. Let's see. Jacob says, hope you guys have fun on your first horror show. Lots of January to talk about in the future and just 2026 in general. You got that right, good sir.
Much appreciated, brother.
And thank you for stopping by, man. You're the best. Anaconda, like you said, Mike, got shit on, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Locked, really good movie. I'm kind of a sucker for claustrophobic thrillers like, Phone Booth and Buried. This is basically Phone Booth in a car, but with Bill Skarsgård in the lead role.
Yeah.
Bone Lake, just a ton of fun. I hated the twist reveals, with how they with certain plot lines that they added into the film, I really did not like how they handled it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, there was just a couple of plot points that was like, oh, what? You had to go this route?
Mhm.
But other than that, though, it was great.
Mhm.
Companion, it was not as great with multiple viewings. It was just, it's one of those films that works a lot better with first viewing.
Yeah.
But still awesome. It's still awesome. But it's still awesome.
Yeah.
The Toxic Avenger. I had just watched the original Toxic Avenger for the first time in preparation for this remake. This movie's great. It's awesome.
Agreed.
And for this to be what we get for a 21st century version of a trauma film, it was damn good. All right, entering into the top 10. 28 years later, got a lot better with rewatch. Final Destination Bloodlines, the best one by far. Bring Her Back, a great sophomore effort from the Philippou brothers. Together, one of the best body horror films, if not the best in recent memory. Black Phone 2, as a big fan of the first film, I'm glad this one really paid off. It didn't even feel like an unnecessary sequel. It actually felt like a sequel that had more of a story, more of an interesting story that they wanted to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott Derrickson has said he didn't want to make a sequel unless they had an interesting story that they wanted to tell. Begonia, I love Yorgos Lanthimos. And honestly, I do think it is his best movie.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's best since Hellboy. Just fantastic and very unique for what they did with a Frankenstein story. Telling one perspective from Victor Frankenstein himself, and then telling one perspective from Frankenstein's monster.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique. This one might be a little bit of a hot take that it's not number one, but Sinners is my number 3. I've seen the movie 5 times. It's fantastic. But I like the other 2 just a little bit more. Which, speaking of which, number 2 is Weapons. Fantastic. Zach Kreger is 2 for 2. Can't wait for his Resident Evil film. But my favorite is, if we're talking pure horror films, Weapons is my favorite. But just horror in general, my favorite horror film of 2025 is The Long Walk. The second watch, it was even better the second time.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, my God, dude, I freaking love The Long Walk. That ending still gets me.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to say what's up to the GOAT, Sully Streams.
Hi, Sully.
What's up, Sully? Says, Weapons and Bring Her Back are my top 2 horrors of the year. Both great films.
Goated.
Still haven't seen Together. Really need to. Yes, you do, good sir. Yes, you do.
Long Walk was entertaining. It was bleak and
It was,
sad.
dude, it's bleak as hell. It's
the opposite of entertaining.
like, especially with how it ends, dude. It is bleak.
I know Sully has a hot take on that one.
Yep. But anyways, guys, that is it. That is our first episode of Horror Hounds. I had a lot of fun doing this this first episode.
Me too.
And like I said, stay tuned for next Wednesday. We're going to do a spoiler talk for Primate. And we're going to try to get some guests on to help us talk about the film.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really excited. And also, if you guys aren't subscribed to Mike's channels, Mike's Film Fix and Mike and Midnight Mike, go check those channels out and subscribe to them, because our Horror Hounds episodes are also going to be on both of those channels as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, that's wild, Sully. You'd rather be shot in the head.
Dude, no.
That's wild.
That is okay.
Please explain.
No,
Not on here.
Not on here. But anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching. This was a great first episode.
Yeah.
And I do plan to... Okay.
Good one.
Sully, you're the best, bro. You're the best, man.
Love you, big guy.
But anyways, I do plan to do a review for Primate, just a spoiler-free review this weekend. Like I said, Sunday, watch along for 28 weeks later to build up for the Bone Temple. And then next Tuesday, return for Movie Fanatics. And then next Wednesday is our Primate spoiler talk. So got a lot to look forward to. And also, I want to shout out my buddy Mega Mike, the Movie Man. I'm going to be on his channel on Monday. for the
Another
Popular
one?
Movie Awards show that he's doing. So,
All right.
so if you guys aren't subscribed to his channel, go check him out. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this first episode. Thank you everybody so much for coming into the chat. Jacob, Old Restless, Hunter, you guys are the best. So
And Sully. Don't forget Sully.
I said Sully.
No.
Yeah, Sully.
You
Sully
said Jacob, Old Restless, Hunter.
and Sully.
Oh, Noah was in here. Yeah. Andrew.
Yeah,
and
Noah.
Michael.
Noah and Michael. So
Adam popped in for a second.
yep, Adam. Yeah, you guys are all awesome. Like
Yeah.
everyone that popped in the chat, you guys get a shout out. You guys are great. So thank you everybody so much for watching. We're gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a great night, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
You know not when the sky is falling. You know not when you feel tough or written too late. Cryptic stories only told unending. Teaching what we shouldn't know. And cut.